In this video, I'm going to break down the step-by-step process to building beautiful animated slideshows using Claude Code and how it takes 5 minutes and one prompt every single time. Now, if you're currently creating presentations or slideshow for yourself, whether it's personal, for business, for creating content, you're doing one of two things. You're either copy and pasting prompts, bouncing in between tools, going from Claude to Cursor, back to Claude, then to Canva and some design tools, just to get one single presentation done, or you're completely unaware of how far AI has come in terms of generating amazing slideshows, and you're doing everything manually on something like Canva, Google Slides, or the worst, PowerPoint. And no matter which situation you are, at the end of this video, you won't have to worry about any of that, juggling random AI tools or doing everything manually, because Claude Code is going to do all of the hard work for us and generate us accurate, beautiful presentations in one single prompt. And this is just a demonstration of what is possible when Claude Code creates presentations for you using the step-by-step guide we're going to go through in this video. That's one. This is another one if you like blue, or if you want something out of the box and more eye-catching, it was able to create this in one single prompt. And I'm going to walk you through step-by-step from scratch how to do it right now. And for us to build these presentations using Claude Code, we are going to need to download and run Claude Code. So if you go to Claude Code Docs and their quick start guide, you can see exactly how to install and run Claude Code. Basically, you just come down here, you pick your operating system, Mac OS, Linux, Windows, etc. You're going to copy this, you're going to go to your terminal, you're going to paste it in, and it's going to download Claude Code for you. And if for some reason you can't get it to work, you could ask AI or copy this entire page and feed it to Claude, and it'll tell you exactly what's going on with your specific machine and how to run this. If you go over to your terminal, you know you did it right. If you just type in Claude, hit yes, and Claude Code will pop up right here. And if you're new to Claude Code in the terminal, I highly recommend going to Visual Studio Code and downloading this for completely free. That's what I'm going to be giving my demonstration on step by step in this video. All this does is basically wrap over your terminal and allows you to run Claude Code in a much cleaner format that's easier to digest. VS Code also makes Claude Code much more efficient and powerful in my opinion, but I'm going to save that video for another time. So at this point, you've installed Claude Code, you went in the terminal, you got Claude to work, and you've installed VS Code right here. Great, we're on the right track. This looks scary. I'm telling you it's not. You could X this out. This is their agent builder. You do not need that. You're going to want to open up a folder to work on your computer. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. But what you're going to do to get Claude Code in VS Code, because you're not going to see this when you first start, what you're going to do is head over here to the plugins or extensions. You're going to type in Claude Code for VS Code. Boom, it's going to load the very first one, and you're just going to install this one by Anthropic. When you install it, what you're able to do is then open up Claude Code in VS Code. Now, X this out, boom. It's like you never left the regular Claude chat in your browser or maybe on the desktop app. This is Claude Code. It's much more digestible, and this is where we're going to build from scratch the presentation skills so you can generate animated presentations using Claude Code instantly. Great, so Claude Code is now installed, and VS Code is now installed to run Claude Code, which I highly recommend you do as a bonus step. Next, we're going to add the design skill. All a skill is something that empowers Claude to do a specific task. And this skill is going to be called front-end design. It's going to allow you to create amazing presentations from the front end. So what you're looking at, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to GitHub. I'm going to link this down below. This is the official GitHub from Anthropic. We're going to go to here, and we're going to see this right here, front-end design, all right? This is what we want to download from Anthropic. We're going to want to take their skill that they have here in GitHub. GitHub is where you just store code. We're going to want to take the skill and give it to our Claude Code. So now our Claude Code is empowered by the front-end design. We could call on it and we could create presentations with it. It's super simple. All we're going to do is just copy the URL. So once you're on here, you're going to copy the URL. It's going to say GitHub/Anthropic/front-end design and a bunch of stuff in between. I'm going to leave the entire setup guide down in the description, step by step, all the links completely free down in the description. So you can download it and you can follow along with some example prompts as well. So you can check that out. We're going to copy the link, and all you're going to do is you're going to go back to your Claude Code and type it in. Say, I want to install this skill. Done, right? The same thing would happen if you wanted to do this in terminal. So if you're running your Claude Code in terminal, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to paste this in, say, I want to install this skill for myself. Then you're going to hit enter. So what it's going to do now, it's going to open up a GitHub. It's going to ask you for some permissions. It's going to grab the skill and it's going to download it for yourself. You can see it says, Shaz, you already have this skill, so you don't need it. But if you don't have the skill, now you will have the skill, and it'll say at the end, you have successfully downloaded front-end design skill. And that's all it takes. Just get the GitHub link, put it in Claude Code, say install this, and it'll do it for you. No tech, anything required. All right, now that the skill is downloaded, you could fact check that you've downloaded it correctly by hitting /front-end design. There it is right there. There's also another skill called front end slides. I'll save that for another video because the design skill is official from Anthropic. So anyone can go ahead and download it and run it easily and safely. Now what we're going to do is from scratch, we're going to create a folder to work in called presentations. It's going to be a demo folder. I'm going to show you how to create a Claude.md file. I'm going to give you the copy and paste prompt as well. So you can go ahead and use it. And then we're going to live create the first presentation. We're almost there. It's really that simple. So in your computer, you want to go to Finder, open this up. Make sure you're in your machine because Claude Code is working on top of the files in your machine. So you want to make sure you're in there. Then just go ahead and create a new folder. So these are my folders here. You can see I have demo projects right here. I recommend staying as organized as you possibly can. For the sake of this video, I just created an empty folder called a demo project, and I'm going to be working inside of that. All right, so I created a completely new folder, and you could tell you're in the right folder by going over here. And you can see I'm in the demo folder. It's completely empty. So Claude Code has nothing to really work with at this time. What I'm going to say is, hey, go ahead and create me the project instructions or the Claude.md file. That's like the brain of the project. Go ahead and create me this so I could use this folder to create me slideshows. So all I'm going to do is literally just tell Claude Code exactly what to do. Hey, I want to create a folder called presentations, and I need you to help me create the Claude.md file. I want to be able to create HTML presentations that have a wow factor to them. I want to be able to put in a general idea of what I want and get a one-shotted presentation output it back to me. I should be able to see this in Claude or in Chrome, Google Chrome. I should be able to give you feedback and work with you until I have what I want. So I'm just gonna say that again, it's not the most beautiful prompt. It's just me talking to Claude Code. I'm gonna hit enter and it's going to run this entire thing. And this right here is our complete setup to the Claude.md file, this entire thing. If you want this document for completely free, so you can just copy and paste it, that will be down in the description below. All right, so it's working through everything here. It's saying, I see that you have the front end design skill. This is relevant. Let me look at that first. Okay, cool. Now let me go ahead and create the Claude.md file. Well, leverages this skill. So I didn't even tell it to do that. It's already just pulling 1 and 2 together. It knows exactly what to do. Now it's going to say, hey, can I write to this Claude.md? Again, this is the brain of the project. I'm going to say yes, and you can see this is what it's writing up. So this folder, this is the purpose, this is how it works, this is how to create a presentation. So it's going to call in this skill automatically. I didn't even tell it to do so. I just inferred correctly. Quick start, iterating, etc. So I'm going to say, yeah, go ahead and cook this up for me. And what it's going to do, if I go back to the folder, look, it was empty. Now I have a presentations folder as a subfolder, and I have the Claude.md, which is the brain of the project. So it's doing all of this for me. All right, it says done, how to use it, drop into presentations folder and describe what you want. Claude uses the front end design skill automatically, amazing. Open it in Chrome, get feedback and iterate. All right, cool. So it's really that easy. I did all of the work. Now it's time to live create an actual presentation. And let's see what it does. I'm gonna paste this in right here. This is pulled from the resource document for anyone who is following along. Build me a presentation about the 5 biggest mistakes people make with AI marketing. We do AI marketing. That's what this channel is about. So if you want to get more leads for your business, you could type this in as well and definitely want to follow for my next videos. 12 to 15 slides, cool. Use an orange and dark gray color scheme. This is the color scheme of our company. You could also give it like hex colors if you really want it to be on brand. I'm also going to add this at the end because I like animations. Animate this as much as possible. Our audience is a technical audience, so make it look good. All right, cool. Again, not a novel prompt. I just said make it look good, and it doesn't have to be novel, right? This is where Claude is. It's able to take not the best inputs and create an amazing output. So it's going to cook right now. What it's going to do is create everything based on the Claude.md brain that we just gave it. And again, if you ever wanted to reference the instructions, you could see it right here. Okay, cool. It's going to go ahead and do that. It's going to put in HTML. We're going to go to Google Chrome. We're going to visualize it. We're going to see what it does in one single prompt. We're going to give it some feedback, go back and forth until we like it. And boom, you have just created a slideshow in 5 minutes, maybe less. All right, just checking back in. It just completely generated the slideshow. It took about 3 minutes. All right, so you can see what it's thinking right here. It's basically going over my request. It's going ahead and creating it internally. It's going to ask me for my permission to open it up in Google Chrome, and then it's going to give me these 14 slides, which it did open up in Google Chrome, and this is what it came up with. All right, so we have the 5 biggest AI mistakes. We also have something on the cursor, which I actually love. I'm going to ask for all of this going forward because I never do this. This is actually awesome. Okay, cool. 5 biggest AI marketing mistakes. All right, Tracked AI. That is our company. Beautiful. There's 14 slides. Show paid attention there. All right, these move a little bit. Pretty good. All right, that's not bad. I like that. This is cool. I always think that these like code block sections look pretty cool in websites. Cool. Yeah, not too bad. Pretty standard. Again, for the little bit of work, not bad at all. Now, what I'm going to say is I'm just going to make something up here. Add a slide 3, a animation in the middle showing why marketing is important, and keep it very visual instead of text heavy. Let's see what you come up with here. So you can give it some feedback. This is basically how I would do it. A little hack for you guys is if you have a voice dictation on your computer, which I highly recommend you download, go ahead and double tap it, go through the entire website, speak out loud, and then go back and end the voice dictation, and then you'll have all your feedback right there, hit enter, and now it's going to redo it for you. Now, while that's going, let's go to a few other hacks you guys could use to make better presentations with less work. The first hack I have for you guys is building on top of this skill. So right now we have front end design. You can see I already created slides. There's also some I downloaded from the internet and from GitHub. What you want to do is build on top of this. Now, I'm not in our demo instance right here. I'm back in my own workspace. This is the folder I use in Claude Code constantly. So it has all of my data and information and other skills into it. And this is actually something I use quite frequently. So if I hit slash here, I could do a presentation. I could do script to presentation. And what this is it's going to take the script of my entire YouTube video, which is also generated by Claude Code, and it's going to create a presentation for my video. That's exactly what I did for this video here. So you could build on top of just the front end design by adding other variables into it. So whenever you need to generate a presentation, whether it's a slide deck, whether it's a proposal, whether it's a YouTube one for me, you could build on top of that. And that's something I highly recommend. All of our skills that I've built and spent the last 3 years doing online content marketing, they're all in our paid community down below. And what I would do here is, again, I would take the transcript of my YouTube video, I would paste it in here, and then it would create about 30 to 40 slides for me that I could use to then film my YouTube video. So these are just ways you could add on to the pre-existing skill that we just downloaded it and we just demoed for you today. All right, and we have perfect timing here because we're going to go back and it has now created a slide 3 for me and added a middle slide, an animated attention funnel. Let's see what that is. And then it added a bunch of code, which makes sense. It also deleted some code, added some more, and then this is what it said it did. And then it also added something on slide 10. So let's go back and let's see what it did. All right, we have 5 base mistakes. Let's go down to, we should hit this right here. All right, pretty good. Attention engagement. I think it's missing a few here. So let's try to refresh and see if it comes up. If not, this would be something I would reiterate back to Claude Code and say, hey, you're missing something. All right, cool. But this is a good attempt here. And this also said slide 10. So let's see, go down, down, down. Slide 10. Okay, it also added these bars. These were not here before. Did I do anything to them? No. Okay, cool. That's pretty good. Again, for 2 prompts, we got this entire thing. I could change the branding, I could change the fonts, I could change the layouts. I could do anything I want with this. And it's in HTML. So it gives me some adaptability. If I wanted to put it somewhere else, if I wanted to convert it, I could do a lot with this landing page that, again, I generated in 3 minutes. Crazy. And to round it out with a few more tips I have for you guys, try to keep one idea per slide. It just makes it look a little bit more clean. Reference other websites that you like. So take apple.com or Amazon or whatever websites that you like from your competition, from others, and say, hey, I want to build it like this. It's a very good job of emulating what you already like. And the biggest one is have a brand assets folder. If you watch my other videos, if you set up Claude Code correctly from the absolute start, set up the folders and the hierarchy and the scaffolding correctly, everything will be built in your brand image. So make sure you have brand documents, your hex colors, your fonts, all of those things in one single place. So every single slide is generated in your likeness. And that is the entire system, the entire step-by-step guide with starter templates, with the Claude MD file. Everything will be down below, completely free to download. So you could grab it and start creating beautiful slides on autopilot. We went from 0 to generating animated, beautiful presentation slides with Claude Code. It's insane what you could do now. This actually replaced PowerPoint, Google Slides, Gamma, GenSpark. I canceled a bunch of subscriptions because everything can now be done in Claude Code. If you'd like to make money, generate leads, grow your business, post content, do all that awesome stuff with Claude Code, I have dozens of videos on my channel, so make sure you check those out next right here. Here's the playlist. If you like this video, you will like that next one, and I will talk to you guys soon.